What do you make of Donald Trump's birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein?
Donald
that was
Trump
very friendly
is the
and seemed to
greatest thing
suggest.
since sliced bread. And
Brother, you're a whole ass adult. You can just sit there and say that out loud. It blows my mind.
General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law. The law passed both chambers last evening. It has not yet been signed, but we will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Madam Attorney General, the DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and
Oh my God. Bro, they are so bad. Yeah, when they say new information came out, what they actually mean, and I'll translate it for you, is Donald Trump has given the A-OK. Donald Trump has given the A-OK. And for the record, I was listening to some news coverage on this issue this morning before I got before I went online, and what's really funny about it is that some Republicans are just straightforward. They straight up said, "Yeah, I was against it. Now Trump wants it out, so I'm for it." Like there are Republican politicians out there who openly will admit to your face that they initially opposed the release of the Epstein files and now are for it, or at least whatever version will be released, is just, oh my God, Jesus Christ. It's just Donald Trump. Was Biden able to release the Epstein files while he was in office? Yes. There was plenty of time for him to release the Epstein files in the aftermath of the Ghislaine Maxwell investigation's conclusion. After the court proceedings, he could have just dumped all of it. They didn't do it. They didn't even use it as an attack line against Donald Trump, in spite of the new information that had come out from Michael Wolff's reporting, literally right up to the election. Michael Wolff did some coverage on this stuff and reported that Jeffrey Epstein was actually super connected to Donald Trump far after we had previously thought their connection had ended, where Donald Trump had claimed that he had severed ties with Jeffrey Epstein. And the thing is, they didn't do it. They didn't even use it as a talking point. They actually never brought up Jeffrey Epstein. If you recall my conversations at the time, my analysis at the time, I kept saying, why the aren't the Democrats using this as an attack line? But of course, I knew why they weren't using it as an attack line. If you remember my analysis back then, I told you it was because there are far too many Democratic big ticket party donors, and also many prominent Democratic politicians like Bill Clinton that are directly involved with Jeffrey Epstein in the same exact meaningful ways that Donald Trump is involved with Jeffrey Epstein, perhaps even worse than Donald Trump's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. And also, Jeffrey Epstein is an asset for the state of Israel, and Democrats are also uniparty on defending Israel. So these are the reasons why they never used it. So yes, it is copium to a certain degree to say that the Biden administration had no way of releasing the files. I guess at most you could just say, why didn't the Democrats make a bigger fuss about this? Or I guess the only line of defense is that, well, people weren't making a big deal about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff when Democrats were in charge. And there's some truth to that. And I think that's part of the reason why there's some truth to that. And I think part of the reason why there's some truth to that is because Democrats just did not want to make a big deal about it. They do now because Donald Trump is president. They do now because Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, and some other Republicans are also making a big fuss about not just Israel necessarily, but Jeffrey Epstein as well. So, yeah, I think it was Byron Donalds is straight up. Here, look. Dude, I love how fraudulent these stupid motherfuckers are. God damn it, dude. Look at our politicians, dog. What are we doing? Prem Tucker, friend of the show of Zadeo News, went up to congressional Republicans to press them on calling the effort to release the Epstein files a hoax, and then today, with Trump's permission, voting to release them.
Yeah, what do you make of the vote to release the Epstein files today?
that's good. We got it done. Now wait till you see all the dishonest media and everybody out there when Trump's not in it. What are they going to do?
I cannot begin to explain to you how open these guys are about their lack of interest in what happens to you. Okay? Like, they do not have a sincere bone in their bodies, man. They are like, oh, they're so insincere. They're such grifters. Even something like this and the hand ringing that has taken place to get this information out there. Like, I'm telling you, man, these are lizard people. If you are wondering why it takes a year to fix a pothole in your city, it's because the American government is broken. Every institution is primarily compromised and primarily have people like this all the way down to the local positions. It's just all ambitious lizard people, whether it be Jeffrey Epstein, whether it be only offering infrastructure contracts to like their nephews and their friends in a quid pro quo style situation. I'm just saying, generally, this inconsistency that you're going to hear from this is demonstrated in every aspect of American governance, okay?
What are they going to do? They're going to be whining and complaining about something. They're going to be sitting there conspiring now to figure out, well, if we get the House back, how are we going to impeach the man? What are we going to have to come up with something else?
You
previously
previously
the records were destroyed. They
Yeah.
destroyed the records. And
Yeah.
They're going to come up with something.
you previously said that you wanted to vote no on the Epstein hoax,
that's
and then
exactly
you
right.
flipped.
Oh, we all did it. We all did it. President Trump wants it because it's going to exonerate. It's going to clear him.
Yeah.
So I think he's put this back on the Democrats now. You know, but you know what? If Trump was in it, Joe Biden would have went after him. He'd have indicted him on something, but he didn't do it because there's nothing there. It's the Trump hoax.
What do you make of Trump being mentioned in the latest trove of Epstein files more than anyone else?
There's 65,000 pages. Obviously, Epstein did not like Trump too much. He's pretty much in bed with these others. Summers, he's in bed with Clinton. Now, why did Bill and Hillary not want to come up, and we subpoenaed them, not want to come up and testify? Why not? It's a big cover-up. You know what's so interesting about it? It's all the Democrats. The Democrats that are tied to Larry Epstein, to Epstein. It's Epstein, the Democrats. It's not Donald Trump. And you guys keep spinning this.
Bro, he ain't even trying. He ain't even good at repeating the talking points. Like, this is half-hearted, you know? Come on, Donald Trump said it's fine. You guys are going to really get owned when you find out that Donald is not even a part of it. Why does this guy look like a baby who is old? Can someone explain to me what's going on with the way this motherfucker looks? Like, why does he look like an old baby? I've never seen someone look like this before. You should not look like this. Yeah, this is what Boss Baby would look like if you filtered it with like the hyper realistic filter, like an AI hyper realism filter. This is what Boss Baby would look like. I am an old baby and your rhetoric is deeply offensive. Well, reverse Boss Baby. He just looks like a baby, but also old.
Why do you do that? I said last night to CNN, I said, you guys owe him an apology. You're going to owe Donald Trump an apology for what you guys have done. I put out a post about the Epstein files. I got 12 million.
I thought Maxwell's case was in open appeals until October of this year, until SCOTUS denied her appeal. Is that not why the files could not be released? I mean, look, dude, if there's a will, there's a way, baby. You feel me? Sure. I guess maybe that's the legal reason. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. But what I do know is, especially after this Trump administration, this tenure, you can just kind of do whatever you want if you are the president. Okay? You can kind of do whatever you want if you're the president. Joe Biden, of course, did not want to do anything.
12 million views. And when you go through the thousands of comments, now there are a lot of nut jobs in this country, quite honestly, but they're all calling Donald Trump a pedophile. There's no evidence out there that's going to say Donald Trump was a pedophile. If Donald Trump was a pedophile, he'd have been indicted for something. And previous administrations that despise him.
He said, the Epstein angle was the one I expected. If Donald Trump was around with young girls, he probably would have been arrested. Right? Just like my favorite rapper, Drake. He hit the Drake defense. If Donald Trump was a pedophile, he would have been indicted. Oh, really? The quick reversal after that statement is, okay, do you think Bill Clinton is a pedophile? He's unindicted. Because these guys who are complaining that people are calling Donald Trump a pedophile have been calling every Democrat not just a pedophile, but like a vampire pedophile. Too famous for the shit you suggested. Yep. Logs, please. Honestly, maybe half copium, but I am willing to bet they will release the files after heavy modifications, but due to the incompetence, they will include something that will incriminate Donnie. Oh, I totally can see that. Yes. I can absolutely see that. The incompetence aspect, I mean. I think that they will release like the most redacted files of all time, but considering how this administration has prioritized loyalty over competence every step of the way, they've actually ended up stepping on rakes, and they will probably do so in this as well. I've been saying that.
Like Joe Biden, all of them, they didn't do anything. They have nothing. Matter of fact, if Kamala Harris would be president today,
Kamala Harris.
we wouldn't be talking about that, Epstein. We won't be talking about Epstein.
What do you make of Donald Trump's birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein?
Donald
That was
Trump
very friendly
is the
and seemed to
greatest thing
suggest.
since sliced bread, and
These are the guys who also sincerely say that there's too much leadership praise in places like North Korea or even China, right? And it's like, brother, you're a whole ass adult. You know how corrupt the administration is. You're a part of the corruption. And you can just sit there and say that out loud. It blows my mind. He said, okay, writing needs to stop. Okay, I just want to start there. This level of eating needs to stop. Okay, we have to stop it. We have to stop it. This is too much writing. It is causing society to collapse. He is doing tricks on it.
Friendly
is the
and seemed to
greatest thing since
suggest.
sliced bread, and is why we continue to win.
I'm gonna run it again.
There's-
What do you make of Donald Trump's birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein?
Donald
That was very
Trump
friendly
is the
and seemed to
greatest thing
suggest.
since sliced bread, and is why we continue to win. There's going to be smoke. There's going to be smoke and fight, and you're going to spin the truth. You're going to tell downright lies.
Is the note a lie?
Lies
Is the birthday note a
about
lie?
Donald Trump, and it's shameful.
Is the birthday note a lie?
Some of you guys should get counseling. You need help.
Wait, was the birthday note a
You
lie?
should get counseling.
Was the birthday note a lie?
I believe if you probably got some help.
Yeah, he's right. You suck. You're right. Donald Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Health insurance. I mean, we got to fix the health insurance, but there's probably some provisions in that health insurance that you guys could get some therapy. You guys need therapy. Go talk to a therapist.
Was the birthday note a lie? Was the birthday note a lie?
Bro's going reverse cowgirl on it. He is blowing bubbles. He is. He's blowing bubbles on it. It's unacceptable. You can't be doing all of that outside. The White House has just called the lid, meaning there are no more public events expected, with no word on whether President Trump signed the Epstein bill today. Interesting. Anyway, let's see what my queen, Jessica Escape from Tarkov, had to say about the Epstein stuff on the Fox 5.
But this idea that the Epstein files is going to be reframed as a Democratic hoax is never going to work. The American public is not cool with it. What does he have? Trump has a minus 39 approval on handling the Epstein files, and only 45% of Republicans even approve at this point. The narrative about Hakeem Jeffries, everyone at this table knows how fundraising emails work. So that email was from someone named Lisa Rossi, who's from a random fundraising group called Dynamic SRG, asking if Epstein wants to go to a generic DCCC dinner that Obama and Jeffries were going to be at. There was never any meeting. There was never any donation. And he appears one time in the Epstein files. By the Miami Herald's count, Trump is mentioned over 1,000 times in the latest tranche that just got out. And people are not going to forget that in 2002, for instance, Trump said, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with." It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. I have never alleged, and I am not alleging now, that Donald Trump has done anything untoward with an underage woman. But if you want to be throwing around single emails from a random fundraising group to try to make Brooklyn Barack look bad and not acknowledge how many times Donald Trump is mentioned in these files, you're just going to look dumb. And I would encourage everyone to not look dumb.
But it's other people mentioning him. It's not his fault when people want to get him.
I just read a quote.
So that
Is other people mentioning him? Yeah, how about is Donald Trump mentioning Jeffrey Epstein? Like, It's not just other people mentioning him. It's Jeffrey Epstein mentioning him. You have to say it's other people mentioning him because you can't say it's actually Jeffrey Epstein directly mentioning him while talking about their personal relationship. And not only that, but it's also Donald Trump mentioning Jeffrey Epstein. It's not... It is kind of crazy that they're even trying to tackle the Epstein stuff by bringing up Democrats in this way. And if you're going to bring up Democrats... If you are going to bring up Democrats, you know, Hakeem Jeffrey is probably one of the worst ones to bring up because he's too new on the scene to have been around and embedded with the Epstein stuff. He's a relatively green politician on the national stage. Yeah, talk about Larry Summers, a prominent Democrat, or Bill Clinton. You know, simply coming in with Hakeem Jeffries is probably the worst thing you can do when your guy is insanely compromised.
But other people have mentioned it to stop him. They're like the other person. They were all trying to stop Trump.
Why did he want the files to not come out this badly? Why? Just tell me why.
Why do you always fall for this stuff is the bigger question.
Happening again. This is Russia, Ukraine, everything.
I don't think this is the...
Have you covered the New York Post tweet about Epstein? They upgraded his egg into a lemon. The Bureau of Labor Statistics now says it won't release a full U.S. jobs report for the month of October, as of 5 hours ago. Instead, the agency said the October payroll data will be released along with a full report for November. An unemployment rate for October will not be included in those figures because the data could not be collected, the BLS said, citing the shutdown. Wow. Very cool. Very normal. Definitely a good sign. Seems good to me. Yeah. No, it's because the payroll data is too good. Hey, guys, how about we don't think negatively? How about we think positively about this? What if, hear me out, what if the payroll data is too good and we don't want other countries to get jealous, right? What if we're winning too hard and Trump actually doesn't want to release the information about how hard we are winning so that, you know, the Democrats don't look too bad, right? Like, because they are, what if the Republican Party is actually just as considerate of the way that the Democrats look as the Democrats are of the way Republicans look? What if that's the reason? You guys always want to think negatively, but I urge you, for once, to think positively. Yeah, the United States is too hot. It's so hot that other people get jealous and then they want to attack us. And I think our glorious, dear leader, Donald Trump, expertly has decided to control the narrative and to ensure that other countries do not have negative opinions about us because of their jealousy, because we are so hot from the standpoint of hotness. Some might say the hottest. Okay? That's what I think.